Well, first of all, tell me about the decision not to practice today.
Yeah, you know what, Reed, for us, I think it's important to have an understanding of where we're at in our schedule. You know, since the All-Star break, I was just looking at it in the last 5 weeks or so since the All-Star break. We've gone to the East Coast 3 different times and come back. We went through a stretch of playing 11 games in 20 days. You know, I just, in conjunction with talking with our coaching staff and our people, we just thought that was the best decision for today. Now, we didn't go on the ice, but that didn't mean we didn't get better today. We treated today as a regeneration day and to try and refill the energy reservoir so that we're ready to play against a really good team in the Dallas Stars tomorrow night.
I asked you about the PK the other day, and of course you had that goal against Toronto where you actually blocked the pass across.
Yeah.
Right to their guy as Stu's moving.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I mean,
almost similar. Yeah.
So, you know, do you have to remind guys bad result, but you're doing the right thing, or like?
Yeah, you know what I liked about our PK yesterday was when the game was on the line, it improved in the second and third period there. You know, I thought we did some good things on the first one. In the end, we didn't get the puck out of the zone, so we had an opportunity to clear it. It stayed in, but we still were in good structure, and you know what, it went off our skate. You have to build that into the game. Sometimes those things happen, but I liked our response.
How do you, and you guys have had shorthanded goals and shorthanded attacks.
Yep.
Sometimes when a guy will get the puck, okay, does he have time to shoot? Like, do you say, like, look to skate with it first, look to fire it down the ice first, you know, when they get a high rebound or something? Yeah,
you know what I think you're looking to do is get the clear first, right? You want to guarantee your zone first. You know, in terms of us being at the top of the league in shorthanded goals for, you know, the first object on a penalty kill is to make sure you kill the penalty. It's nice when you get the offense, and it kind of puts some teams on the back foot when they know certain people we can put on the ice, but the object's to get the kill. But you know, when you're under pressure and you're short a man, sometimes, you know, mistakes are made, and we didn't get the clear on the first one. But like I said, I thought our structure was fine. Went off someone's foot.
And are you seeing with Foegele the ability to play with better offensive players more often?
What I'm seeing is somebody who has responded since getting scratched at the beginning of January. I think Warren Foegele's played very well. He should be really happy with where his game's at. I kind of move him all around the lineup with Hyman not in the lineup yesterday. That created a spot, and my mind went to Warren Foegele because, you know, he's done some really good things here. You know, I think he's someone that's at his best when he's playing with speed, because he can skate. You know, he has a really good shot when he hits the net, when he gets it off quickly. He should feel good. And I do think he has the ability to play with top players because he's willing to work and do some work for other people. And as I said, I'm proud of the response we've gotten since the beginning of January. And he should feel real good with where his game's at.
And organizationally, how are you with Philip Broberg if he's not going to be playing games? He's a young defenseman, and when you go 12-6,
well, he didn't play the last few games. That doesn't mean he's not. Yeah, that doesn't mean he's not playing the games going forward. I think we're in the wee time of year, Jim. It's something we talked about last week in Boston, and you know, Philip's going to be an important player for us this year and an important player for us as we go forward as an organization. But the first and most important thing right now is that the team gains points on a nightly basis. And while Philip's development is certainly really, really important, what's most important is the team right now. It's unfortunate that Philip hasn't gotten into the last few, but like I said, the plan is not to leave anybody on the vine right here. We're going to integrate people in and out of the lineup here as we move down the stretch. The other thing is, with the amount of recalls that are allowed, it's not like you can send people down to go, go get some minutes in the American League. That's not how it works here down the stretch. There's 4 recalls. We've already used 2 of them. So you want to make sure that you're keeping that in mind, as well as keeping people fresh and playing games.
So the recalls are Shore going down, Shore coming back?
Yeah, those both counted. Yeah, they counted.
One for Holloway, presumably.
Well, yeah, what I think you want to do is maintain some flexibility. We still have 14 games in our regular season, but it also applies to the playoffs. So with Bakersfield in a playoff position, they're kind of battling in that 7th, 6th spot right now. Until their season is finished, you can't just have a bunch of people, hanging around up here and being able to pull from a different pool. So managing those things are all things that go into those kinds of decisions.
And I'll play Gene's understudy yesterday.
Oh, okay, yeah, Morgan. Yep.
In terms of McLeod, was that like a situation where you just got rocked so hard along the boards that, I don't know if there was a concussion spotter situation or what, but he obviously didn't come back.
Yeah, I can tell you this. It had nothing to do with concussion spotting or anything like that. That's not where, the impact was. What I would say is it was precautionary reason that he was taken out of the game. Obviously, he gets seen by the doctors and all that kind of stuff, and we're hoping that it's a speedy recovery for him.
And Hyman, he practiced on the Monday, but played on the Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, has this been something that's been going on then for?
He's been nicked up. You know how hard he plays, right? So he's been a little nicked up here, and we just thought giving him a rest yesterday was in his personal best interest. And he went out and skated this morning. I thought that was a good sign. He was one of the only guys that went on the ice this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Afternoon, Jay.
Hi.
Let's have some fun.
All right.
Player today, would you rather have Leon Draisaitl's backhand or his one-timer from the goal line?
Ooh. If I was playing, the skill I would like to steal, I'd add another one. I think he's one of the best puck strippers in the National Hockey League. So when he's working back to his own end, his ability to strip the opposing player and go the other way, that's the skill that I really admire in his game. And I think when we're seeing that, that's when he's at his best.
Spoken like a true coach, always defensive. All right, just to follow up on Ryan McLeod, obviously, we know the situation on Saturday, but he comes out and he makes that great play to Derek Ryan to open the scoring. As a coach, how much did you love to see him make a big play early?
I was happy for him. I thought that line might have been our best line in the first period, the way they were playing. And they had some really good shifts, up until Ryan left the game in the third period. But I was happy for him personally. He's a Toronto area person that, he didn't love making that mistake, but he was determined to learn from it. And I was looking as his coach to see what type of response he would have. I thought he had a good one.
It's a technical question. I know late in the game you had Leon taking a draw on the right side and the left shot guy used Bukestad, who's a right shot guy. Is that because Leon on the faceoffs was winning so many faceoffs?
Yeah. You know what? He was 70% in the circle last night. I think those are all things that factor into the real time. Don't forget, it's real time decision that I have to make at that moment. Based on where Derek Ryan had taken a couple down the stretch, Bukestad had taken a couple. In that moment, I felt best about Leon, and certainly, you know, not that we're right all the time, but he won the draw. Darnell executed. Kane made a great play, and Connor finished it off.
You've used Ekholm and Nurse a little bit late in the game.
Yeah.
Is this something that's you're tinkering with, or do you just see two strong defenders and Ekholm says he can play the right side, so you'll try it?
Yeah, both. I think, you know, when you're at that stage in the game, you want to put the people on the ice you feel can get the job done. We have a lot of people to choose from. But I think I feel good when Ekholm's on the ice. As I said, I thought, you know, the people that we had out there went out and executed in that position. That was good to see. Darnell made a great play. Kane made you know, I have nothing but respect for his habits in his game, because what he did on that goal, there's a lot of subtlety, but the way he pushed out of the zone, he made a play underneath to Connor. You know, we had the right people on the ice at the right time yesterday. We were proven right.
And one last one on Derek Ryan. He doesn't seem like he needs a lot of ice time to score goals. When he gets a chance, either the goalie makes a really good save or he scores a goal. Noticing of a guy who was an offensive player once upon a time.
So it's a good example, isn't it, about how to learn to make the most out of the minutes you're given, rather than worry about the minutes you aren't given. Isn't that a great example of that? He's someone that is a low maintenance, high production player, someone having a career year at the age of 36. I'm quite proud of that.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.